What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video. So today we're gonna be talking about 3D printers and how do you use them. I'm gonna be teaching you how to use a 3D printer and how to actually get a design from your computer onto one of these. Stay tuned and enjoy the video. Okay, so for this video, I'm gonna be using two different 3D printers. This is an older one. It's much more cost effective. This one's like $199. This is $699. This one has less features. This has more features. This is slow, that is fast. It's just, what's your budget? Pretty much is what it comes down to. Now for the names of these 3D printers, this is the BambuLab P1S 3D printer. It's amazing. This right here is the Creality Ender 3 Pro. It's also a good starter 3D printer. So the first thing to figure out is, what are you trying to 3D print? That's pretty much the first thing. So you can print all sorts of stuff, like this right here is a little box for SD cards. Super simple, 3D printed. Boom, laundry hook. This right here, you can hang on stuff and then like hook it onto your closet where your hangers go, and you can put on whatever you want on it. Super simple, practical. And I got this little thing right here. It is a car lift that was 3D printed. It was 3D printed on my old 3D printer, and it didn't really do that great of a job, but anyways, it works, so looks cool. So there's gonna be two options for you in this situation. Number one is you design something yourself. Number two is you just download a file. So design, don't design. Design, just download. So first figure out which one you wanna do. Now, if you're gonna go with the download side, pretty much what you gotta do is you go to thingiverse.com. You go to thingiverse.com and you can literally search anything that you can think of, and somebody's probably designed it, and you can download the design for free. I use it all the time for more complicated prints, and I just don't wanna take the time and design it. So you go to thingiverse.com and you get it from there. Now, if you're looking to be a little more ambitious and maybe you wanna design something yourself, or you're just good with computers, you can go to tinkercad.com. It's like literally probably the most basic 3D printing designing platform out there. Tinkercad.com. This is drag and drop. You can drop blocks, change the size, and whatever you want to do, and make a design. Okay, so you figured out what you want to design, or you've already designed something, and now the question is, what are you going to make out of? So in this case, we want to make a car lift, because this one's kind of messed up. It doesn't look that great, so I'm going to reprint it on my new 3D printer, or newer 3D printer. Next is to figure out what material are you going to make it out of, and there's different types of material you can use. First one is called TPU. It's basically just a flexible filament. It's like kind of rubbery and squishy, but we're not going to use this one. Next right here is PLA. It's basically the most common filament people use for 3D printing, I believe, and it's less toxic, and also it's a hard filament, so you can just like snap it and it breaks. This one right here is PLA. So if you're trying to print something just like any of the items we've talked about so far, PLA works perfectly fine. If you want something more durable, you can do like nylon or ABS. Those are just other types of plastic you can use. For this one, we're doing PLA. So once you figure out your design, where'd you get it from, whether you downloaded it off the internet or you made your own, then you got your filament. In this case, we're doing PLA, and we're making a little car lift. So next, what you gotta do is you gotta take your design and you gotta put it onto what you call a slicer. And basically, it does exactly what it sounds like it does. It slices your design into many, many layers, so the 3D printer can do one layer at a time. It's called G-code. There's different platforms you can use. For example, this right here, which is the Creality Ender 3 Pro, I downloaded a slicer, I think it's called Cura, C-U-R-A by Ultimaker, and you select your 3D printer. This is one on the list as well, and you can use their slicer for this 3D printer. Now for the BambuLab 3D printer, it's actually got its own program. You can download its own app, and it'll slice it for you, and you can do whatever you need to do. So basically, you just get your design and you put it onto the slicer. You figure out, do you need support? Because a 3D printer can't just make a piece that's like hovering up in the air. So you need to 3D print a support up to it, which it'll automatically generate, and then you can make your 3D print. Once you figure everything out, you need a way to get it from the slicer onto your 3D printer. Okay, so for the Creality Ender 3 Pro, once we have our design, we are going to take out the SD card, which is right in the front here. Click, let go, and it pops out. This right here is a little SD card. You're gonna put it into your computer, and you're gonna take that G-code file and you're gonna drop it onto this SD card. You'll be able to print it onto your 3D printer. Now with the BambuLab, it's super easy. You take your design and you drag and drop it onto the BambuLab app, and it'll actually wirelessly send the design to, at least on this model, wirelessly send it to it, and it'll just start 3D printing. So super easy. Okay, good, so we figured that out. Now we have the design onto the SD card, or we have it onto the 3D printer already. Now what you gotta do is you gotta set up your 3D printer. So different filaments, these rolls, they're called filaments. It's the material you use to 3D print. They melt at different temperatures. PLA, this one says on the box, 190 to 230 degrees Celsius is what this usually prints at. So if it's a faster 3D printer, you put up the temperature higher. If it's a slower 3D printer, you put it on the lower end of that spectrum. Basically just get your filament, put on the back of your 3D printer, go ahead and turn it on. Now on your 3D printer, you want to go to your temperature settings, whatever that is on this one. This is how you do it. You just turn up your temperature up to the melting temperature of the material that you're using. For this one, I'm going to take it up to 200 and press OK. And then you take your filament and then you put it into your 3D printer. Now you go into the settings and you basically turn the extruder so it'll start pushing the filament out. Okay, so now it's the operating temperature. We're going to go ahead and send the design over to the 3D printer and get it going. So this 3D printer right here is doing its auto bed leveling, which the old one doesn't really do this, so that's an extra bonus feature for this one. So it turns out I actually forgot to scale it because this one I scaled up to a larger size, so it fits a big car, and this right here is meant for little Hot Wheels, but still, it looks good, so it worked. So that's what it comes down to, pretty much getting your design, whether it's online or you design it yourself, then you put it onto a slicer, cut it up into all those different layers, and then it's just a matter of putting it onto your 3D printer, loading up the filament, and boom, start printing. Now, there's different ways your 3D print can fail. For example, if the bed isn't level, the first layer won't be good. If the first layer is messed up, the whole 3D print usually won't work good. For the BambuLab, it does, this printer right here, it does the auto, this right here has auto bed leveling. Now, the old 3D printer, this one you have to level by hand. It's got these little screws underneath and you have to like twist them up slowly and put a piece of paper between the bed and the nozzle. You gotta figure out that distance. It takes a while and it's pretty tricky. The BambuLab does it automatically, which is great. Every single 3D print, the first layer is perfect. So that's pretty awesome. So there you go, guys. I hope this video helped you just get a quick idea of how you're supposed to set up your 3D printer or how you're supposed to use it. How do you get a design onto your 3D printer? It's pretty simple. 4 basic steps. Get your design, put on the slicer, you get it to your 3D printer, and then just set up your 3D printer. So easy peasy. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at KB_KingBuilds. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.